What is going on, guys? The Adam Foley here, and this is my top 15 superstars of 2018 who are not in the WWE. Let me know what you guys think. Leave it in the comments below. Don't forget, hit that like button, click subscribe. If you want to share, please share away. You're more than welcome to share it. So let's get down to it. And number 15. Okay, so kicking things off at number 15, we have Nick Aldis, the current NWA champion. He had an amazing 2018, having 20 defenses in 60 days at one point. He appeared at Ring of Honor's Honor United tour, including the show that I was at in London, setting the match at All In with Cody for the NWA Championship. He lost that match at All In, but he did win the title back 7 weeks later at the NWA 70th anniversary show. Next up at number 14, we have Bandido. The young high flyer was brought to more fans' attention in 2018, working his first tour of Dragon Gate, then again in June. But in August, Bandido teamed with Flamita at the Progress US Coast to Coast tour, winning their tag team titles, losing them 7 weeks later at Hello Wembley in a tag team turmoil match. But he main evented All In with Rey Mysterio and Phoenix, losing to the Bucks and Kota Ibushi in a very rushed match. Also, in late 2018, it came out that Bandido had signed with Ring of Honor. So the future for that young man is very, very bright. And then next up, we have the Hawaiian native, Mr. Jeff Cobb, the man who portrayed the monster Matanza Cueto in Lucha Underground, had a truly career-breaking 2018. Jeff headed back to New Japan to fight for the never open weight title against Hiroka Goto, but failed to win. Cobb headed off to PWG, where he would win the Battle of Los Angeles, where he would beat Bandido in the final. In September, Jeff Cobb would defeat Punishment Martinez for the Ring of Honor World Television Championship. Then late in October, he would also defeat Walter for the PWG World Championship. And then next up at number 12, we have a man who I was lucky enough to meet in June, just randomly out bowling, Mr. Will Osprey. 2018 was a big year for the young man from Essex. On January the 4th, Will competed in a fatal 4-way match for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight title and came out victorious. He dropped the title to Kushida. Then, Will entered the Best of Super Juniors tournament and lost in the final to Hiromu Takahashi. But due to an unfortunate injury, Takahashi had to vacate the title and would lead to a match where Will would win it back. In June, Will's own promotion, Frontline Wrestling, had a show in Stratford, London, and to this day it grows phenomenally. Also, Will was voted 12th in the PWI 500 of 2018. The future for this young man is bright. And check out Frontline Wrestling, and also check out WrestleGate Pro on the YouTube and Twitter. And next up, we have Tanahashi. The ace of New Japan had a fantastic 2018. He was the reigning IWGP Intercontinental Champion going into Wrestle Kingdom 12 and successfully defended that belt against Jay White. But he would lose the belt to Minoru Suzuki at the New Beginning in Sapporo at the end of January. Tanahashi took a little time off due to a few injuries and doing a movie, and returned during New Japan Cup, making it to the final only to be beaten by Zack Sabre Jr. Tanahashi took on Okada at the second night of Wrestling Dontaku and was unsuccessful in claiming the IWGP Heavyweight Championship. But fast forward to the G1, and Ace would win, and now faces Kenny Omega on January 4th at Wrestle Kingdom 13 for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship. Next up, coming in at joint 10th, we have Nick and Matt Jackson, and what a year it has been for the Young Bucks. January 4th, they would defeat Roppongi 3K to win their 7th IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Championship, only to lose them 24 days later. This would prompt the brothers to look at themselves at becoming players in the heavyweight tag division. Also, they would also win the never open 6-man tag titles with Marty Scurll. And then, at Dominion, the boys would defeat Evil and Sonata to become heavyweight tag team champions. And then, that famous day in September came around, September 1st, all in pay-per-view. Whilst on the Jericho cruise, the cast from Being the Elite came out and said they are no longer affiliated with the Bullet Club and they are now called the Elite. After the final battle pay-per-view, the Elite revealed that they are leaving Ring of Honor, but Marty Scurll is still under contract with the company. And then, for a while, their very successful YouTube show Being the Elite, there was a countdown clock spreading speculation on what it could mean and where the boys would go. But on January 1st, all was revealed, and their new promotion, All Elite Wrestling, will be starting up with their debut show, Double or Nothing. So let's see what 2019 has in store for Nick and Matt Jackson. Jay Lethal coming in at number 8. Jay had a mixed 2018, but the reason he is here is he has had some amazing matches, including matches against Will Osprey and Flip Gordon at the beginning of 2018. But also, Jay would reclaim his Ring of Honor World Heavyweight title in a Four Corners match against Dalton Castle, Matt Taven and Cody at the Ring of Honor Fairfax Excellence show. He would make 8 defenses in 6 months, including one against Mark Haskins at the Honor Reunited tour at York Hall in August. Coming in at number 7 is Pentagon Jr. Pentagon had a whirlwind 2018, from winning the Impact World title on April 22nd against Austin Aries, only to lose it 2 days later at a TV taping. But Penta would also win the MLW tag titles with his brother Phoenix, and winning and defending the PCW heavyweight title before losing it to Shane Strickland at PCW Ultra Believe on December 7th. But his feud with Sami Callihan is what had the people talking, which culminated at Slammiversary 16 in a hair versus mask match. And what a match that was. I would suggest, if you can find that match, watch it. And that brings me to number 6, Mr. Sami Callihan. He may have lost a lot of matches in the opening 4 months of the year, but there's a reason he is called the Draw. He always has outstanding matches, including his I Quit match with Eddie Edwards at the Impact and Lucha Underground show during WrestleMania weekend, to the previously mentioned the hair versus mask match with Pentagon Jr. at Slammiversary. Also, Sami had an amazing barbed wire baseball bat match with Jimmy Havoc as part of the Invasion, the Impact UK Invasion. From what I heard through sources and people being there, his deck street fight with Marty Scurll on the Jericho cruise was amazing. I believe that 2019 will be the year of the Draw, Mr. Sami Callihan. Then we come up to number 5, which is Mr. Mark Haskins. Mark Haskins had a very memorable 2018, starting off by winning the Progress Tag Team titles with Jimmy Havoc at Chapter 62, but lost them 2 weeks later at Chapter 64. Then, the team of Havoc and Haskins would team up again and win the Defiant Tag Team Championship, only to lose them 1 month later to Aussie Open. Then, in May, Mr. Haskins teamed with Nick Aldis to take on the Young Bucks at the Ring of Honor United show, which took place in Edinburgh, Scotland. Then, he won the Ring of Honor tournament, which included 4 Brits and 4 Americans, and the winner would face the Ring of Honor World Champion Jay Lethal, and that match took place on SummerSlam evening of August at York Hall, and it was an amazing match, and I witnessed that live. Then Haskins would face Matt Riddle in Riddle's last ever indie show before signing with NXT at Hello Wembley on September 30th. Then, in late December or early December, Haskins announced that he had signed with Ring of Honor. So finally, the man is getting the recognition he deserves. Coming in at number 4, we have Cody, the son of the American Dream, had a dreamy 2018, having a dream match against Kota Ibushi at Wrestle Kingdom 12, to winning the IWGP United States title at Fighting Spirit Unleashed. And also, he would win the NWA World Heavyweight Championship at All In, the same belt that his father had previously won a few times. As of January 1st, it was announced of All Elite Wrestling, and Cody is also an executive vice president of this promotion alongside Nick and Matt Jackson. Next up, we have the Rainmaker Kazuchika Okada. Okada had a historic 2018, for his IWGP reign lasting 720 days, and having the most defenses of that belt at number 12. But it all came crashing down on June the 9th in Osaka-jo Hall, where he was defeated in a 2 out of 3 falls match that lasted over an hour with Kenny Omega. Okada would defend the championship against names like Naito, Sanada, Zack Sabre Jr. and Tanahashi, but the next time he'd put that belt on the line, he would lose it. He would enter the G1 and have a record of 2 losses, 6 wins, and 1 draw against Tanahashi in the last match. After the draw, Okada and Gedo parted ways, which was shocking, and then Gedo joined forces with Jay White and the Bullet Club, setting up Jay White versus Kazuchika Okada, taking place at Wrestle Kingdom on January 4th. Just missing out on the top spot of my 2018 wrestlers who are not in the WWE is Hangman Page. Now, this might surprise many of you, but I think that 2018 has been the year where the Hangman has made a name for himself. He had held the Ring of Honor 6-man tag titles with the Young Bucks until March the 9th before losing them to SoCal Uncensored. He challenged for the IWGP United States Championship against Jay White. He faced Punishment Martinez for the Ring of Honor TV Championship. He came up short on those, but he has had unbelievable matches this year. And then we had the storyline of him killing Joey Ryan in Being the Elite, which had a street fight feel to it when we had Joey Janela versus Hangman Page at All In. But, as we all know, at the end of that match, we found out that Joey Ryan has resurrected. He came out with penis druids. He gave Hangman Page a dick flip, and then Hangman Page was carried out by penises. But at the end of the year, it has been announced that Hangman has left Ring of Honor to be part of All Elite Wrestling with his mates, Cody and the Young Bucks. Now, there should be no surprise here whatsoever who my number 1 is. It is none other than the best bout machine himself, Mr. Kenneth Omega. Kenny had an unbelievable 2018, kicking things off with his no disqualification match taking place against Chris Jericho at Wrestle Kingdom 12 to retain his IWGP United States Championship. Then the reuniting of the Golden Lovers on January 28th at the New Beginning Sapporo event, which the world had been waiting for. In April, we saw Kenny taking on Cody one-on-one at Supercard of Honor to find out who was the true leader of Bullet Club. Then, history was made on June 9th when Kenny would finally beat Kazuchika Okada for the IWGP Heavyweight title in a hard-fought 2 out of 3 falls match which lasted 64 minutes. Now, at Wrestle Kingdom 13, Kenny will be taking on the ace of New Japan, Tanahashi, looking to retain his IWGP Heavyweight title.